Okay, welcome everyone to another Marketing Mondays. We only have a few left. Can you believe it? We're winding down the Toastmasters year. Before we kick off this session, I would like to recognize our dignitaries. I see we have a club growth director here from another district, Deshaun. Hello, welcome. Can you introduce yourself? I believe he had to start another meeting. He'll come back in just a second. He popped out. We also have here a division director, Fatima. Can you hear us?
I can. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I'm eating my dinner, so I'm putting my camera off.
Fatima is amazing. She is our division director this year, and I've had the honor and privilege of being an area director together with her, and she is a wonderful team player. Welcome, Fatima.
Thank you.
We also have David Bell here. He is a past division director, area director, lots of club officer roles, tons of functionary roles. Most importantly, he is one of our club growth chairs. David, can you hear us? David?
Hey there.
Hey.
I have a new computer, so I'm trying to get in for the very first time. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Would you like to share anything?
Oh, I would love to. I've missed you. I had another obligation for the last few weeks, and sorry I couldn't be here, but we have club coaches that are in the Houston area, and we're still signing club coaches up and assigning them to clubs where needed. And so if you have an interest in being a club coach, either this year or going into the next year, let me know. I'll put my email address in the chat.
Excellent. Thank you so much, David, for all you do. We also have another club growth chair here, our club quality chair, Troy Rocket. Troy?
Hi, Elizabeth and fellow Toastmasters. I'm Troy Rocket, your District 56 Club Quality Chair for new club mentors. As everyone knows, every new club is assigned one or two mentors, and my primary role as Club Quality Chair is to support them with training on how to provide a positive atmosphere of excellence at every meeting to build the foundation for future growth to help build our district to greater heights. And I urge each of you or your fellow officers to stretch your comfort zone and invest in the future of this District 56 by volunteering to be a new club mentor. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you for your service, Troy. I've placed all of their pages in chat. I would like to share, can you believe it? We only have one more club growth incentive, and it does not start until May. I placed the incentives page in the chat. It starts on May 1st. David, would you like to speak about that a little bit?
Absolutely. This is kind of like a table topic. You don't know what the question's going to be. But in this case, you get an award. Everybody gets an award who gets 5 new members during that 2-month period. If your club gets 5 new members, you get recognition from Toastmasters International. And if Elizabeth Ruiz is true to form, you may get a surprise from District 56 as well.
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to share, we just had 3 club growth incentives end March 31st. That link for the incentives page, you can click on it and click the little sign, the little minus or plus sign, and it'll open and you can see all the different individuals and clubs that won all the incentives from the beginning of the year in June of last year. We have 1 left. Now, before I continue, I really want to place our club growth shared Google Drive in chat. I'll also place it again at the end. This is our club growth shared Google Drive. In the beginning, you'll see all the files in chronological order. Then underneath, you'll see all the graphics that Club Growth has posted. Okay, are we ready? What do we normally do when we kick this off?
Ask a question.
Yeah. And here we go. Come off of mute and just let us know. Can you share what is the club mission of Toastmasters? Anyone?
I don't know it verbatim.
Communication and leadership.
Say it again, Harold.
Communication and leadership, teaching community.
Excellent. Would anyone else like to try? What is our club mission?
It's on my agenda.
We
That
know
was
it.
my outside voice,
To
isn't it?
build new clubs and to maintain the clubs we do have.
Something like-
That's good. Deshaun, welcome. He's now here. Deshaun is our fellow club growth director from another district. Thank you. Hi.
Can I give it a whirl?
Yes,
I Googled it.
I placed it in chat as well.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, even better.
Why don't, David, would you read that for us?
Well, what I'm reading is different than what I had. Your club depends on you or your key member. Is that what you're referring to?
Oh, those are my notes.
Yeah, I'll read you what I have.
Okay, go
We
ahead.
provide a supportive and positive learning experience. I love those phrases. Supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Thank you. Now, the second paragraph is the actual club mission. Above that are my notes that I prepared for this session. There you go.
I thought I missed a meeting.
Thank you so much, David. Let's take a look at that. Janetta, would you read that again? The club mission?
We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Excellent. Well, as you've already seen in my notes, I was going to share that our club depends on us and that we are a member of our club, which is a team. And teams work together to create an atmosphere of enjoyment, teamwork, and dedication. And together we are all responsible in our club for fulfilling the club mission, which we've heard David and Jonetta share. Before we jump into this, you don't need to say it out loud. You can type it in chat. Are you having any issues at all in your club right now? If so, you can type them in chat, or you may verbalize them. Is anyone having issues in your club? Type them in chat, or you can come off of mute. If you are having issues, feel free. This is a safe place. I will not be sharing this in our Club Growth shared Google Drive. Yes, Deshaun, I agree. There are some clubs in our district as well, unfortunately, that we are having the same issue. There are quite a few clubs that are having that same issue that Deshaun just posted. Yes, Kay, that's another thing, is having that as well. David, I completely agree. Did you know that we have over 600 members right now that are not Pathways enrolled? That's another. We would love to see more Pathway members enrolled. I agree with you, Janetta. Yes, I completely agree. Well, after we've looked and read and heard our club mission, yes, Roop, I agree. That's another great issue. I've seen it. I'm in some clubs that are the same way. I've also visited some clubs
Don't these do that too?
where they are at the minute the club starts, the agenda is not filled and they spend 10, 15 minutes filling the agenda. Yes, I agree. That's another issue. I see quite a few. Oh, Janetta, that's a good one too. Excellent. These are all good. Thank you for sharing. Now, what if I said to you, focus on the outcome that you're trying to achieve and not the issues? How would you feel? How does that feel?
Agree.
Focus on the outcome you are trying to achieve, not the issues. If we can go back and look at the club mission I provided in chat, and we've heard 2 of our attendees repeat, and by looking at all of these issues, what if we went back to our club and we had a meeting with them and we asked all of them, what are some of our issues? And let's get all the issues out. Then we ask, what if we focus on the outcome we're trying to achieve and not all these issues? And let's look at the outcome we're trying to achieve. Let's look at the club mission. This is our club mission. How can we fulfill our club mission? How can we work together as a team and not focus on the issues? Just what if we could actually focus only on the outcome? How can we start this? The first thing, who here by a raise of hands has completed a club success plan? Raise your hand in your club. Some half of us here have completed club success plans. Okay, 50% have completed club success plans. What if we first start off with completing a club success plan? It's very easy to find in Club Central, or you can search for it in the Toastmasters.org website and it'll pop up. It's brand new. If you go right into Club Central, it's so much shorter and it's really great. If you can do it digitally, it's really easy to do and it's really fancy now. It will help guide you by sharing what items you're still missing. And it will give you a timetable and a percentage of how much more you have left to complete in your club success plan. It's fantastic. If you haven't had a chance to look at the new club success plan in Club Central, go to Club Central, hover over your name in yellow, click home, scroll down to Club Central, click on it, and then click on the Club Success Plan tab, and you'll see a brand new club success plan. So easy to do. Now let's get back. What if we start measuring our successes instead of focusing on the issues? I've read in chat, there's lots of issues going on. And instead of focusing on issues, that we focus on the outcome that we want to achieve as a team. Let's put away the issues that we have and focus on what we want to do as a team, but first measure our successes. Start with the club success plan. Why? A club success plan requires strategic thinking and planning by club officers. Now, through the development of the club success plan as a team, you'll identify the specific goals that your club needs to achieve to become distinguished, cohesive, and a quality club. The planning process, when you go into the club success plan, it includes establishing timelines, assigning responsibility, determining financial and other resource needs that your club needs. Now, as a club leader or a district leader, we are all responsible for contributing to the club success plan in our clubs. However, the planning process, if you're not a club officer, or if you are, the planning process in a club success plan should include all members of the club. Ask the members for their input and commitment to reaching your goal that's in the club success plan. Maybe you want to be presidents or select or distinguished goals and involve them. Now, once we do that, we start, my dog's chewing something. Hold on. Once we do that, we now evaluate the progress. We're not focusing on the issues. We're working together as a team to focus on our outcome. Then we start evaluating our progress. This is essential to the club's success. We need to review the club success plan frequently to achieve goals. And what do we always ask ourselves every step of the way? What is the outcome I am trying to achieve? This is one of the best questions psychologically to diffuse any issues. If you find yourself entangled in anything negative or an issue within your club, ask that question. What is the outcome I am trying to achieve? And I'll place this in chat. This is such an important question to ask. This is so important. What is the outcome I am trying to achieve? Also, we can say, focus on the outcome that we're trying to achieve, not the issues. These are two things that we can constantly rehearse and share with our clubs and to ourselves. Okay, how do we continue going forward with this? What we need to do is remove the issues, focus on what we want, but how can we dig a little deeper? How can we ensure that this is working? We have our club success plan. We're focusing on the outcome we're trying to achieve, not the issues. But what happens? Why are some clubs still facing what I'm reading in chat right now? And it's a lot. Why? What do you think could be happening? Would anyone like to guess or put a reason out there? Anyone?
Maybe the members are not engaged.
Okay, that's very good, Mark. And what else?
Member
Okay.
conflict.
Well,
What?
maybe the members don't know how to do something and they're reluctant to ask.
Very good, Janetta. Would you put that in chat? These are excellent. Harold, David, Janetta, please, Mark, put it in chat. David, what did you say?
I put, we tend to focus on the negative. And when you focus on the negative, you move toward the negative. And whereas what you're saying, if you focused on the outcome, which is the positive, and you start celebrating the positives and the movement toward the positives.
Excellent. Anyone else? These are excellent. Love it. Now we're going to shift. When we start focusing on what we've been sharing, how can we understand what's going on inside of us?
We have to measure it. We have to collect data.
Yes, Harold. Did you read the shared Google Drive already?
No,
Okay. You didn't Google it like David did earlier. Well, did anyone read the leader letter 2 months ago in February? February 2023 leader letter. If you did not, or if you cannot remember everything there, they had some amazing resources to use in the leader letter for 2023. 2 of those paragraphs is what this session is all about. I've also kicked it up a notch to not only discuss what the leader letter shared in the February 2023 issue. I also shared something a little bit more deeper if you want to do some more reading. And I'll tell you what this is. First of all, we need to not only do our moments of truth and all of those other forms that we have shared in all the different sessions. There's 3 other forms in our previous sessions, but something we have not touched on, and I'll share my screen. Does anyone know what it is? Anyone? Guess? Okay, here it is. This is 2 months ago in the leader letter. District Leader 360-degree evaluation, leadership self-evaluation. Not only that, we also have, can you see this? The 360? We have a 360 evaluation from a pathways that I added in there. And this is excellent to do. We also have club officers and district leader evaluations. This is something that you would give someone to do on your behalf, and then you would read it. These are self-evaluations. There's club president all the way to the sergeant at arms. I have uploaded all 7 club officer self-evaluations. If you're here tonight and you're not a club officer, highly recommend taking the other self-evaluation. It is a leader self-evaluation for Toastmasters. It's enlightening. And then ask your club members to evaluate you and really have a deep one-on-one or a group conversation and just see what happens. I would like to share not only in our shared Google Drive. Well, first, has anyone taken the self-evaluation form? This is recommended to do once a month in club officer roles. Fatima?
I've done it, but I don't do it every month. I'm falling down. Good job.
Ryan, have you taken this? He says no, but he loves the idea of evaluations. In our club meetings, we are evaluators and we give evaluations to speakers. Have we ever given ourselves an evaluation? Anyone? David?
Yeah, I am a strong believer in doing self-evaluation. I have not seen this particular form though, so this is new information for me.
Yay, something. Yay, I love it. Troy, what about you? Have you done this or seen this?
No, I have not seen it, but that's a great idea.
Excellent. Kay, what about you?
I have seen the 360, and actually I have filled out the 360 on one of our other club officers. But I've never had it done on myself or just a club evaluation. This is something I probably need to ask. I could bring up in one of our meetings to take the self-evaluation. I certainly wouldn't mind doing it.
Elizabeth, the only thing I would say about the 360, in the corporate world, it's anonymous. They send it out and the person that's submitting it doesn't know what they said. And I've found that sometimes people are hesitant to give you honest feedback because it's not anonymous.
Okay, let's talk about that. I like that idea, Fatima. And that brings me to our next segment of this session. We have 5 minutes left. Being anonymous is good, but there's also something enlightening and helpful about the person that is sharing it. Now, you can do however you'd like to do this within your club. You can have it anonymous, or they can share their name and turn it in, or they don't need to place their name on it and they can email it to, like a vice president of membership or whoever they want to send it to, someone outside of the club. Then they can disperse it to each individual, kind of like on those ballot forms. You write little tiny love notes or little notes and you tear off and you hand it to them. Sometimes you can add your name, sometimes you don't. This is just something that's a little bit more detailed. It's however you want to use it. I've added it to our shared Google Drive. Feel free to use it or not, anonymously or not.
Elizabeth, I have a question. I'm wondering if the 360 evaluation is that, I mean, I'm thinking about my club and I'm thinking it would be best if the officers themselves did the 360 evaluation on each other. Because I'm not even sure if our members are aware of what the duties are, and I don't know that it would be a valid test for them. I don't know that they know it. I think we need to educate them more, but I think among the officers, I think we know what is expected of each office.
I
And
like
that
it.
would be good for the upcoming election to share that with new coming officers.
Yes, I like it. Remember, there's also a district leader evaluation for 360. And you also have one. Oh, I didn't upload it yet. You also have your own evaluation as just a leader in Toastmasters. And I will upload that.
And this is just to jump on what Fatima said. In the business world, I took a 360 evaluation. I mean, I did an evaluation as a self-evaluation as a supervisor, and then I gave it to all my people and they evaluated me. And oh my gosh, we were on opposite ends of the spectrum. It was eye-opening for me as a leader to see how I was perceived by my group.
Right. I agree. It sounds like a lot of us here, the majority, we have not gone through this as a team in our clubs. There's two things I want to add before this ends. We have a couple of minutes left. The Toastmasters world, we're almost 100 years old. And in the almost 100 years of Toastmasters, there have only been 5 research dissertations done on Toastmasters. These are peer-reviewed Toastmasters dissertations. I'm doing mine now. I'll share all the research and the data in a few months. I'm interviewing members. I'm interviewing past members. Why did they leave? Why do they stay? I'm interviewing volunteer leaders who are current volunteer leaders and those that have quit being volunteer leaders. It's very insightful to hear these interviews. One of the #1 reasons why members leave clubs is because of club officers and members. That's
Personalities.
There's a lot of different reasons. That's one. Yes, personalities, they don't feel fulfilled, they don't feel seen, heard, acknowledged. There's all sorts of issues, like we were discussing earlier. What are the issues? Well, what if we don't focus on issues and focus as a team on what the club mission is? And let's get real and let's do a self-evaluation on ourselves. Let's ask for some feedback. But here's the clicker. And I did hear Fatima and Carmela, and I completely understand they should be anonymous if it's going to be negative. But what if we could have an evaluation that is spectacular? All of it's positive. We're going to stay with the mantra of focus on what we need to get ahead. Now here, this is it. This right here, let me just show you. This is what I wanted to share first. This right here is one dissertation. There's 4 others and I will upload them. This was done in 2014. And you can read that. It's it's 183 pages.
Oh.
That's a
Now,
lot.
here's the fun part.
Before next week?
So my
Good job, David.
my challenge is to, if you're a club officer, take the self-evaluation for the club officers, and then go ahead and maybe do the moments of truth, or do a 360 evaluation, or do an evaluation on yourself if you're not a club officer, and I will upload a generic self-evaluation form. You have some time, start reading through that dissertation and read some of the insights and the data that they found. Now, here's the cherry on top. This is what I'm so excited about. I actually did this back in 2019 when I was getting my master's at Columbia University, in my leadership development class. I'm curious, has anyone ever taken something called the RBSE? Anyone? RBSE.
I'm guessing the SE stands for self-evaluation.
Anyone?
RESPECT, is that what you said?
Well, this is so exciting. Let me just share briefly. We're already 2 minutes. I am only going to offer this to only the members that are here, because this is such a detailed project. It's a 3-week, it's a 22-day commitment. If this is something, after I explain it to you, that you're interested in, like the focus group that we're doing, if it's something that you're interested in, once I explain it, type in chat that you want to be a part of this, and I'm going to share. This started in a graduate program at a university, and it's called the Center for Positive Organizations. What you do is you take a questionnaire online, then you think of as many people as possible. And the challenge that I ask of you is, since this is being done within Toastmasters, is to ask only your club members. This is the kick. I will pay for everything, but we need to do this within the club, within Toastmasters. You'll take the assessment, you'll follow the directions, and then you will email each club member the form. And this is what the form will ask them. They will ask to tell stories about you of when they saw you doing something amazing that they were so impressed with, that they will never forget. Memorable moments. They will recreate such amazing stories. They have 22 days to submit it. You will then receive all these stories about yourself. When you open it, and it's for life, you'll receive this portal, you'll have access to it. And sometimes they'll write short paragraphs, and sometimes they'll write 2 or 3 pages. And these are things that you completely forgot about or didn't even realize they were watching you or recognized or acknowledged. And what does that do for us? Instead of all these issues that we were talking about, and we typed in chat earlier, the negative and the issues, what if we focus on our club mission and only focus on what we're trying to achieve? How do we do that? We need to build and lift each other up. We need to let each other know that we're seen and heard in our club. Why? One of the reasons why members leave clubs is because they don't feel seen and heard, or recognized or appreciated. This is an amazing program. I will share with you the report. Try not to read too much. It's very personal, but this is what you get. I am going to share it now. It looks like this. It's called the Reflected Best Self. And that is the title of this session, Reflected Best Self-Marketing. How can we market our clubs if we don't evaluate ourselves and hear feedback from our club members about us? We can do all these sessions and create all these videos and graphics and compelling content and bring the members and the guests to us. But if we're not a cohesive team in our own club that we're already a member of, and we don't feel seen, heard, and acknowledged or appreciated, members are going to see and feel that. Guests will see it. Members will start leaving. They won't renew their dues. We need to retain members and increase membership. Let's do that by following the club mission, not focusing on issues, focus on the club mission, and only focus on the task at hand and ignore the issues, focus on ourselves and helping our members grow. This is the report. And you can see this. Let's see, can you read this? Can you see it?
Oh, yes.
So the Reflected Best Self exercise, it's a personal development tool that helps you see who you are at your best, engaging you to live and work from this powerful place daily. Created from research at the Center for Positive Organizations, the RBSE has helped thousands of executives, managers, employees, and students discover new potential. What if we could discover new potential in all of our club members? We would retain our club members and we would be so freaking amazing, so cohesive. All the guests that show up, they all want to join in and discover their new potential. So research shows that a strengths-based self-portrait correlates to extraordinary leadership. And fortunately, most of us are more keenly aware of our leadership weaknesses than our strengths. And this self-exercise that I'm giving to you as a gift tonight will shift. This is designed for teams and individuals who want to leverage their strengths and flourish. Let's leverage our own strengths and flourish within our own clubs. I will give this to you only if you promise you'll only share it and send it to your club members to ask for the feedback. When you receive your stories, this is what it looks like. There's stories. Here's another story. Story number 2. This is another story. Story number 1 from one person. Story number 2 from the same person. Story number 3 from the same person. What does this tell you?
She's in Storytellers, Toastmasters.
You can send this to the members in your club and they can send you one story with a short paragraph, or a member might write 3 stories about you.
What if it's a new member, Elizabeth? What if, I mean, they haven't really seen you in operation. They haven't really.
Trust
You've
me.
had to have made an impression on
Trust
them.
me,
First time
Carmela.
they saw you.
Trust
Come
me.
on.
Let me tell
The
you.
way you greeted them,
Okay.
the way you identify, yeah.
Let me tell you,
Okay.
Carmela.
I'm sorry.
The first 3 seconds
Thank you,
create an
Jonetta.
impression.
Thank you, Jonetta, for being so truthful and honest, bringing it to the front.
Man, I am so full of it, remember?
No, I think there's a bunch of truth in there. Darn.
No, I'm full of it and good stuff.
If this is something you will do and that you promise you'll send it to all the members in your club, I will give this to you, but I need to know tonight so I can set it up. Because we all start at the same time. Once you activate it, we all will have 22 days to send it to all the members and the clubs that we're in. And then we all get the reports. And what I would like to do is for us to have a private Zoom meeting after we get our reports, and we can laugh and cry and share. If you're in, place in chat and let me know that you're in. If not, that's okay.
Oh.
Now, we are a little bit behind. We're 11 minutes behind schedule. I now would like to know, what is your number one takeaway from tonight?
Mine,
Carmela, anyone?
well, my number one takeaway is just what you said. Strength-based self-portraits equal extraordinary leadership. I love that.
Ooh, that's good. Troy?
My number one takeaway is self-evaluation and how that can open up new doors. It can open up ways to bring in more members. And once you know what you are capable of, because sometimes you never know if you never ask anyone. And this is a great exercise
Yeah.
to get more insight into what you yourself are capable of.
Thank you. Pamela? What is your number one takeaway?
I would say self-evaluations as
Yeah.
well.
Yes. Thank you. Fatima?
Focusing on the positive and the outcome and not the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Mammy? Marshall Carter?
I guess the club mission, you know, focusing on self-confidence and personal growth.
Love it. Nikita?
Just to do it overall, better yourself, you know, give that feedback, because you won't know where your weaknesses are without other people stepping back and letting you know what they are in a positive way.
Yes, we focus on the positive. That's a twist, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
David, what about you? Takeaway?
I have two, the outcomes, the focus on the outcomes, and the other is there is a form for Toastmasters for self-evaluation.
Yay. Kay, what about you?
Well, focus on the positive, the outcome, and also, you know, if the evaluations are good, if you feel kind of in a rut, this one could be an excellent tool on possibly getting your club out of a rut that you feel like it might be in. And that we're kind of in a good place right now, the club as a whole. I mean, I'm interested in the evaluations, but I kind of hate to push the buttons right now on where we are with my club right now.
Okay, that's fair. I understand. Janetta?
I think the thing that resonated with me is discover the potentials of your members, the new potentials of your members. I think if you step away from yourself a little bit, you'll do that.
Love it. Harold?
Yeah, I think that focusing on the outcome is a little bit like setting goals, in that if you set goals, you're striving to get someplace, because without a goal in mind, you won't get there. And focusing on the positive, it means to me, focusing on really focusing on the outcome is what I meant to say. Focusing on the outcome is like setting a goal in that you're picking the place you want to go, because otherwise you won't get there if you don't set something, if you don't have a destination in mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harold. Mammy, are you able to come off of mute? I see something in chat, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity to speak. Maybe she's not able to come off of mute. I really appreciate all of you for being here tonight and sharing and answering questions. Deshaun, do you have anything that you'd like to share?
I thought you'd never ask me. You know, what kind of stuff is that? Okay, here it is. I really like the outcome portion of it. I think that's very necessary to build that success plan. But what I'm a little shaky on is self-evaluation, because some of us do many things. You can self-evaluate me on what? Toastmasters, or how good a musician I am, or how good a father I am. So when you say self-evaluation, what are you evaluating me on? If you evaluating me on a speech, I can see that, but it's too large. So if I give you some information about what I am, okay, I'm the CGD and I'm supposed to do A, B, and C, you evaluate me on that, that's better than evaluating me as a person, because you don't really know who I am. And I only want evaluation from you about the job that I'm doing in Toastmasters, not about how well I play the drums.
Okay,
Actually, I want that too, though.
well, there is actually a self-evaluation for club growth directors. There's also a self-evaluation for program quality directors. And there is also a self-evaluation for district directors. And I'll place the link in chat. This link is a Toastmasters page. And when you click on it, scroll to the very bottom where it says management tools, and you'll see there's a district leader self-evaluation form. And then there's district leader 360-degree evaluations. And this is just resources to use if you would like. I'll upload the rest in chat. Yes, Deshaun?
No, I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good.
okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I see a lot of more comments here in chat. Oh, okay. So Mammy cannot respond right now, but she is sharing in the chat. Thank you, Mammy. Okay, anyone else? Would you like to share any closing thoughts? Again, your challenge is to first do the self-evaluations on yourself. And if you feel compelled, share them with your other members. If you also feel compelled to learn more about yourself in a positive light of stories, then join us on the RBSE exercise. And we'll come together in about 25 or so days to get the results and share in a private Zoom meeting. Okay, thank you again for being here. I appreciate all of you. We could not have this without you here and hearing all of your feedback and stories. Thank you for sharing and being here. Troy, Harold, Fatima, Marshall, David, Janetta, Deshaun, Mammy, Pamela, Carmela, Nikita, and Kay. Yeah. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.